students, welcome you all. This is chapter 1, reproduction in organisms, and this is our 7th lecture. So in the previous video we have discussed how gamete formation takes place, that is gametogenesis. The next event in the stage in the pre-fertilization events is the gamete transfer. Okay, so let us discuss with this. So as you all know, I have told you gametogenesis, formation of gametes, takes place either by mitosis or meiosis in the organisms depending upon their complexity. Okay, so in the haploid organisms, the gametes are produced by mitotic divisions, whereas in the diploid organisms, gametes are produced by specialized cells, what are called as the meiocytes. Remember this term, the gamete producing cells are called as the meiocytes. They undergo meiotic divisions to produce haploid gametes. Okay. Now after the formation of gametes, the next question is how the two gametes have to meet, because as it is sexual reproduction, the two parents are involved, right? So gametes are produced in two parents. So now the gametes from both the parents, they have to meet. So the transfer of gametes has to take place, right? So they must be brought together for the purpose of fertilization. So how does this process take place? So it is mainly the transfer of male gamete that takes place towards the female gamete for the purpose of fertilization, right? Because in most of the organisms, like lower forms like some algae and fungi, both the gametes are motile in nature, both the male and the female gametes. Okay, generally here we don't consider them to be male and female in the organisms showing homogametic condition, but in most of the higher organisms, generally the male gamete is motile and the female gamete is non-motile, right? Or you can call it to be stationary in nature. Then in plants like algae, bryophytes and pteridophytes, you can see they require some medium for the transfer of male gametes to take place. Okay, so a medium is needed through which the male gamete can move. So what is the medium here, students? It is mainly water. Water serves as the medium through which gamete transfer takes place, because in most of these male gametes they fail to reach the female gamete if they don't have any medium, right? So that is why generally they are produced in large numbers, that is several thousand times they are more than the female gamete, because this it is a chance factor, right? So if they get the medium, then the transfer may take place or else not. That is why thousands of gametes are produced, so that to ensure successful fertilization to take place. So encounter of the sperm with the eggs. So here it is generally by swimming, random swimming movement. Sperms, they swim through the water medium here. So during which the sperm, it collides against the egg. So that is purely a chance factor. Okay. But in large number of male gametes here, they are lost in the process, right? Because it is not that 100% sure all the gametes they have to fuse with the female gamete. So that is why, as I told you, it is several thousand times more than the female gametes. So this is in the lower plants, but in the higher plants, the flowering plants, or the angiosperms, if you take the flower bearing plants, so here the male gametes are carried by the pollen grains. So you know the pollen grains itself, they are nothing but the pollen sacs. They consist of the pollen grains, which is nothing but the male gametes. They are carrying the male gametes, right? So here also they are produced in large numbers, and the female gametes here, they are produced inside the ovary. Okay, so here the pollen grains, they fall on the stigma. That is, they are transferred to the stigma of the female organ or to the carpels. And what do you call this process as? It is the process of pollination. Remember this term. What is pollination? The transfer of pollen grains to the stigma of the female flower. So in bisexual plants, that is which undergo self-fertilization, such as pea, the anthers and stigma, they are stimulated close to each other. As a result, pollen grains directly come in contact with the stigma, because here self-fertilization is taking place. What is self-fertilization? The transfer of gametes in the same flower, right? So there uh, it is easy for the stimulation to take place, so they are brought close to each other and the transfer of the pollen grains take place easily. But whereas in the unisexual forms, where the plants produce single flowers, male flower separately and female flower separately, their cross fertilization has to take place, right? So for this process, as I told you here, pollination takes place, it is required, and the pollination might take place by different agents. So external agents like wind, so through the wind dispersal of the pollen grains might take place. It might be through the water medium, so these are the abiotic media, right? Or also you can see that abiotic or the biotic factors like the insects, birds or some animals, right? So they might be involved in the process of fertilization. Okay, so after pollination, so this is one event, right? So gamete transfer, how it has to take place? In plants mainly it is by pollination. In lower plants, water is the medium, right? In higher plants it is by pollination. So after pollination, the pollen grains, now they have reached the stigma, there they germinate to produce the pollen tube, right? So you can see the pollen grain germinates forming the pollen tube. So through this pollen tube, the gametes here, the male gamete is discharged from the pollen grain into the egg, right? So here they fuse with the nuclei, female nucleus. So this is how fertilization takes place in higher plants. Now coming to animals, in lower animals like in most of the invertebrates. Here the sperm meets the egg. It is just by random swimming movement of the sperm. Okay. While in most of the vertebrates, higher animals, you can see that fertilization might take place internally. That is, the sperms are transported from the region of deposition to the region of fertilization. Transfer takes place, right? So that is called as internal fertilization. So how is this internal fertilization done? It is with the aid of several epithelial cells such as the ciliated epithelium, which help in the movement of the sperms into the female reproductive system, that is the lining of the genital tract as well as the muscular contractions of the wall of the genital tract, everything they help in the process of fertilization, that is transfer of the sperms. Okay, so in most of the aquatic animals, if you take, the gametes are transferred through water, right? So there external fertilization takes place. So these are the two types, internal and external fertilization. So this is about the pre-fertilization events we have discussed, children. So in the next video we shall discuss about the events in fertilization, right? Thank you.